talking today a little bit about the whole Verizon NSA thing. So I thought, hey, you know what? I'm gonna call Verizon today and ask them a few questions. So I did some homework ahead of time. I read through the whole customer privacy data sharing agreement with Verizon. And if Verizon did release information to the NSA in the way that they did, through the court that they did, they actually violated their contract with you. So basically, they have violated your terms of service and in your contract. As it appears in their current, customer data privacy agreement that they have with you. So I was really fascinated by that. I read through it. That appears to be a way is they can change your terms of service at any time. They do have to notify you. That is very clearly written in Verizon's customer agreement with you. So the contract that you signed. So I wouldn't call them up and be like, hey, cancel me out right now. Like, if you call in, basically what they'll tell you is that since Verizon hasn't released a statement, they're not going to release you from your contract. Because that's what I did today. I called in. I actually recorded the phone call. Kind of a hilarious conversation there. I asked them, I said, hey, are we being recorded? They're like, yes, I'm recording this conversation. I said, oh, well, is it all right if I also record this conversation? And the Verizon representative was like, no, you can't record this conversation, which seems fascinating to me that they can record the conversation for their training purposes and legal purposes, but you're not allowed to, which I'm going to call BS on that. And I asked her, I was like, is that the law or is that just Verizon policy that I'm not allowed to record the conversation? The customer service representative refused to answer. She was like, I'm going to have to end this conversation right now. I was like, then that's fine. That's fine if you want to end the conversation. Utah law is only one party needs to be aware that the conversation is being recorded. So I didn't break any Utah laws by calling Verizon and recording the phone call. I do have the phone call recorded. Maybe I'll throw that up later as kind of fun to listen to. Cut out a few parts because it's kind of boring in sections where I'm asking questions and she basically is telling me that, not until Verizon releases a statement. However, had Verizon not released any information to the NSA, they would have just gone ahead and tweeted it or let it out on social media. Hey, we didn't release any information. The fact that they're remaining silent on this means they probably did release all call data to the NSA. AT&T, T-Mobile probably all did the exact same thing, which what I'm hoping for is let's all get some free upgrades out of this, right? We're all self-interested. The idea being that Verizon has now violated your agreement, and they should pay some sort of penalty for that, whereas they let you out of your contract. So that means if you want to upgrade, which means they're going to eat a lot of money. Not that they're not making money hand over fist anyway. So, well, that's my thoughts on that. Not law, or I'm not a lawyer by any means, but just reading through that contract. I do have a degree in political science and communications, so my reading of that contract, and most lawyers I would imagine